Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing a chit chat getting ready with me video. I'm going to be trying out a couple of new products, some of which were sent through PR. So I'm going to try them out for you guys, and I also have the new James Charles. Actually, it's not even new, it's the James Charles Morphe palette. It's been out for quite some time, but I've only recently got my hands on it. Also, by the way, disclaimer, I have got a sty. It's been there for a while. If you guys have watched my vlogs, you guys would have seen like the drama that unfolded with this. I'm going to be putting makeup on top of it. If you guys are so against that, and some people are, yeah, just maybe skip this video, but otherwise I don't think it's really affecting anything. I mean, like, once I've put my makeup on, it's not going to be obvious and it's not going to be ill. Okay, so like I said, the main focus of this video is this palette here, and this one is of course the James Charles Morphe palette. I think they recently had a restock. Please correct me if I'm wrong, if this is limited edition or if it's kind of like the Jaclyn Hill palette where it's going to be in stock for who knows how long, but you know, people are just so hyped up about it, so they just really want it. Anyway, I've been posting a lot of looks on Glam Boys where people have been using this eyeshadow palette, and it's kind of gotten me hooked, and I thought, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna try and get that. So again, if you guys don't know what this looks like, it looks like that. A lot of people on Instagram tend to do rainbow eyeshadow looks with it. If you guys don't know, I'm not the most creative, I'm not the most experimental when it comes to eyeshadow. I kind of have a certain routine, certain look that I go for. But today, because this is quite a colourful palette, I thought I would go online on Instagram specifically to look for a rather colourful look. There's one look that I've found on Instagram that looks really, really cool, and this one's from Jessica Rose _makeup. Now, she's using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette, but I think there are a couple of colours in here that are quite similar, so I should be able to recreate that. If you guys would like to check out her Instagram, I'll leave it down in the description box down below. Starting off first with some primer. So this one is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. This is the sample size, by the way. Also, if you guys are new to my chit chat getting ready with me videos, I basically talk a lot during these videos. I might not actually stop and show you guys particular product names, shade names. If you guys are interested in all of that, check out the description box down below because I'll leave it all down there for you guys. Now, I did watch a couple of reviews on this eyeshadow palette, and some people were saying that some people were saying that some of the shimmery shades didn't stick really well on the eyes, and I think someone said that James Charles, I don't actually watch James Charles, sorry, said that you need to apply it on a tacky wet base. So I'm not actually going to set my eyeshadow like I normally do. I normally set it with a translucent powder, so we're just going to go with what's been recommended. I don't really like doing that technique because I find that things tend to look a little bit patchy and a little bit too harsh for my liking. But anyway, we're going to go with what they recommended. Okay, so just watching this video again just to know what colour I'm going to be using. Okay, we're going to start off first with a purple. Like I said, guys, I'm not the most experimental, not the most gifted when it comes to eyeshadow, so I'm going to be grabbing that purple over there. It looks pretty deep. I'm grabbing it on a Luxe shaded brush from Crystal's brand. This one is Quartz Beauty. So it looks like just on the edges first, like outer V. Just really etching it. Ooh, this is really nice. This purple might be a little bit too dark for what I want it to be, so I might blend it out using a slightly lighter purple in a minute. Who knows, I might actually like this technique and I might switch over. I'm just stuck in my routine. So we're gonna layer on some pink. Maybe that one. That looks a lot brighter than what she's using, but should give a similar effect. That is pretty. And for this color to be showing up on my skin, like this color is pretty, and it's not chalky, ashy, whatever term you like to call it, and it's showing up on my skin. Like, I've seen this palette perform on darker skin types, but just to see it on myself is quite surprising. Okay, next I think it's more of like an orangey shade, like a peachy orangey shade, and I think the closest would be that shade, but that looked a little bit too light, so I think I'm going to mix that and that together to create a slightly deeper shade. Oh, that looks very, very pigmented. Okay, so what do I do? Okay, cool. So she's using this orange to blend these two shades together. This is probably going to come out of... Yeah, it's a mess already. Okay, so I'm just going to try and do this my way because following her way does not work for me because I do not have the skills she does. But if you guys would like to see that tutorial, just check out the description box down below. I'm just going to do this my way. Yeah, no, I'm not going to get the look that she just created. That's just intense. It's amazing. I don't think I can. Alright, I'm going to try and see if I can save it on this eye first, and then we'll kind of fix this. By the way, I'm just grabbing that purple over there just to help blend this darker purple. This is why I hate doing my eyeshadow like this with a base without setting it first. I just find things a little bit harder to blend, but hey, we're gonna go with what were the instructions. Try and blend it into the crease. And I'm just gonna grab that mixture of that orange just on top to kind of do like a sunrise. I think that's going to make it look better and fix it. That tutorial, I can't copy that tutorial. I don't have the skill. Now, as this is a Chit Chat Getting Ready with me video, I thought I would update you guys with what's going on with my life. So in approximately 2 hours, it's going to be my partner and I's 5-year anniversary. So yeah, we've been together for 5 years, and I don't know, it's just quite surreal. I always knew that I wanted to be in a relationship, and, you know, marry someone ideally one day. Like, I never really thought that was a possibility because, you know, gay marriage wasn't a thing back then. But yeah, that was kind of like the ultimate goal. And now that, you know, we're engaged and we're at the 5-year mark, I'm just like, I can't help but smile and just think like, wow, we've come a long way from that Grindr meetup to here we are today, engaged in a home together. So yeah, I thought that was really cute. Now we're gonna go back and grab that pink because I really want to use that pink, and I'm just gonna slap it on here in the middle. I think the base there is still quite tacky, and yeah, that looks good. Should I put on the actual eyelid? I feel like I want to do a combination of this and that to make it really pop. Just gonna pop that on top of that pink. Ooh, that is pretty. Very pretty. Okay, so it's not really grabbing. I think it's because I've already set the base with that pink. So I'm just going to grab a setting spray. This one's from Rimmel. Just going to wet that brush and pop it on top. Okay, that's working. That's the trick, guys. If you guys have a shimmery eyeshadow and it's not really holding or sticking to the skin, just wet your brush, and that normally 9 times out of 10 that takes care of it. Even if your eyeshadow is quite chalky and it's just not the best quality. Not that I'm saying this isn't, and the quality of this one's actually quite good. But yeah, that normally fixes that problem. It also has this really nice, almost just wet finish to it. I don't know if it's just because it's still currently wet on this eye, but it's definitely giving that sort of like very nice wet finish on the skin, and girl, I'm here for it. Okay, next I'm going to be grabbing that almost pale champagne shade. This part hasn't been set, so let's see. I was hoping that was going to come off a little bit more pink, but apparently not. Okay, so maybe we'll try that one. That's more of a peachy. So I've just flipped the brush on the other side. And let's see. Okay, it's doing that thing again where it's not really showing up. So let's try and wet the brush. Dipping back in, and voila. Ooh, that's pretty. Very, very pretty. In love. And I have to say, this eyeshadow palette's not very fallouty. Like, it's pressed quite nicely. There's a little bit of kickback, or, you know, loose powder or whatever. So many tones out there, I can't keep up. But it's actually looking good. I'm so glad I managed to save this look. I don't want to take this all off and do it all over again, like, because my eye is already quite inflamed. I don't really want to keep going, but here we are. And by the way, guys, if you guys are big fans of James Charles, there's no offense. Like, I don't mean any hate when I said I don't watch him. I just don't tend to watch other YouTubers unless, like, there's something new on the market and I have no idea what it looks like or how it performs, or I just watch my friends. That's pretty much all I watch on YouTube. And, well, actually, that's a lie. The main thing I watch on YouTube are more like comic book, superhero sort of like things, and maybe some documentaries. Then I'll watch my friends. Rarely will I just watch a makeup video just for the fun of it. Every now and then I will, but James Charles isn't like on the top of the list, if that makes sense. You know what, guys? I feel like I look like Instagram with these colors. I'm not hating it. Maybe I'll call this the Instagram look. I mean, it looks good. Alright, so I've got some Garbo and Kelly Femme Fetal Duo eyeliner. Just gonna take the liquid side and I'm gonna do a dramatic flick. Alright, so we're gonna move on to primer. So I've just been using this one from Too Faced. Just really like the formula of this. I just find it nice and hydrating, especially now that it's like almost winter. It's autumn here in Australia and this is actually doing quite well. Oh yes, I was telling you guys about my 5-year anniversary. So yeah, we have plans for tomorrow. We're actually going to be watching Captain Marvel. I think we're going to be watching it at a village cinema in Gold Class. So if you guys don't know what that means, basically it's a premium cinema watching experience. You have like you have reclining chairs, you have food delivered to you. I mean, obviously you order it and stuff. You have beverages, you can have a red wine, you can have normal drinks. I honestly just stick to water. But yeah, just a really nice experience, and there's only, I think maybe at most 15 people in one sitting, so it's really nice and just quite intimate, so it's perfect for like a date. Anyway, we're going to move on to some color correction. So I've got the Pure Orange from MAC, which is my go-to at the moment. Love this. If you guys haven't seen my color correction video and you guys are interested, definitely click the little eye thing on the screen. I'll have it linked there. It's mainly for people that have like darkness around here, so it could be facial hair or you've got like hormonal imbalances and it's giving you like this dark cast under here. What else can I tell you guys? Oh, I'm going to Sydney in May. I'm going to Maccaland. I approached the PR and asked them if I could come, and they gave me 2 super passes so I can attend with my best friend Sunita. I was kind of like, oh, what do I bring? Then I remembered, oh, Sunita's definitely going to want to go. So I asked her and she's like, yes. And then my partner booked me a hotel. I've already booked my flights and stuff, so that's really cool. I'm going to go on the second day for Maccaland. I'm not going to go on the first day. Just because the sessions were a little bit too late for me, so I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I kind of want to do it quite early so that I can fly back in the evening. But I am actually going to be flying on the Friday. I'm going to be arriving at noon, and then I've got pretty much the whole day to kind of like waste around Sydney. So I thought I would kind of go around, see some of the touristy spots, and I might have a couple of appointments booked in with some of the PR agencies up there, just to kind of like check in. So as a creator, I do have this relationship with them, and sometimes I like to check in with them, especially because most of them are based in Sydney. So I try my best to see, hey, do you guys want to meet up, catch up, that sort of thing. But I think I might be booked in to see a particular brand. I can't say because I haven't confirmed it yet. A particular brand's showcase room. So that's really exciting because I have done that maybe once or twice before with different brands, and it's always just so exciting and just amazing to see how the creative process works. Go a little bit high class today. We're going with NARS. So this one is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Haven't used this in a hot minute, so let's do this. I'm really excited to see Sunita because I haven't seen her in a while. Last time I went to Sydney was for the LGBTI awards. That was like at the beginning of this month, and things just didn't work out. Like things happened at her work and my flight got delayed like significantly, so we just never had a chance to meet up. So I'm glad that I'm going to get to see her and actually spend some quality time with her. Because I think we're going to go for dinner, I think the night before. I'm glad I'm going at a sort of like a relaxed pace instead of just like being there in the morning and then leaving in the evening. So that worked out pretty well for me. Like I said, I'm going to see if I can do, like I said, I'm trying to confirm like these meetings with PR agencies. And then after that, I do plan on just kind of like having a nice quiet dinner with Sunita, and then maybe take photos of some iconic Sydney areas. I do want to see the rainbow crossing. I did want to see that last time, but just never had time. I think that's pretty much it. I just kind of want to like take great Instagram photos because my Instagram has been quite just me focused at the moment, and I mean, that's not really a big problem because my brand is me, but I do want to showcase a little bit of the places that I visit because some of the places I go to are quite pretty and sometimes I just forget to take photos of the vibe, the aesthetic of the place, like some of the cafes and some of the tourist spots. So yeah, I want to incorporate more of that on my feed as well, and not just because of Instagram, but also because I want to remember the place for what it is. I mean, I do upload things on my personal Facebook, but honestly, I only go onto Facebook these days just to use Facebook Messenger to message people because I don't have their numbers, or to upload photos for my family so they can see what's been happening with me because they all live in Hong Kong. Oh, and I also watch like dog and cat videos on Facebook and maybe some fail videos like when people fall down. I am still shooketh with this eyeshadow palette. I can see why people are so obsessed with this eyeshadow palette. It's really, really good. And this is actually my first ever Morphe eyeshadow palette. I forgot to mention that. So I am just really impressed. I know when I looked on the website, the Morphe Australia website, which surprisingly ships from Singapore. Sorry, getting sidetracked. They still have the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I don't know, should I get the Jaclyn Hill palette as well? I mean, it's kind of similar in the sense that there's a lot of rainbowish colors. I think there's more blues and teals in that one, which isn't really my jam, but I don't know. If you guys are interested to see me do looks with that, definitely let me know. Or, you know, if there are other Morphe palettes out there that are quite popular and you guys would like me to review it, try it out, definitely let me know. And I will do my best to try and get it for you. And then my sister is turning 18 soon. I'm so excited for her. She can finally have a drink with me. Here in Australia, the legal age for drinking is 18. So I might see if I can, I don't know, get her something to drink. I think I'm going to start her off light, maybe with something with like a cruiser, or like if you guys are from Australia, Passion Pop. I actually really like Passion Pop. People make fun of me when I say I like Passion Pop. I actually like it. I don't really mind it. It was such a better alternative. It was such a good alternative compared to Goon. Like Goon was just gross. The only time I would ever drink Goon is if, one, I was already drunk, so, you know, my taste buds didn't really, I didn't really pay attention to my taste buds anymore because I couldn't feel anything, or I would mix it in with some orange juice and maybe some cordial, raspberry cordial preferably, and then we'll have a Goon Sunrise and it looks quite fancy. Alright, we're going to go into some contour. So we've got some Mina, and I'm going to grab my NARS Eyeshadow brush. So I've just been using that one over there. I think the other one's just a little bit too dark for me. Just to chisel out them cheekbones and hide the weight gain from my birth month. Okay, next we've got a new brand from Mike. This is a brand called Rituel de Fille. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's going to be releasing on the 2nd, it's going to be launching, I should say, on the 2nd of April. By the time you guys see this, it's probably out. So I have this illuminator and I really, really want to use it. It looks really pretty and it smells so good. It smells like there's lavender in this, and I don't particularly like lavender normally, but for some reason this one's okay. This one is called Ghostlight, and it's a cream product. Can you see that? So hopefully you guys can see that. It's got like this purple iridescence to it, which I find so pretty. So I'm gonna try and use this side of my sponge. I'm just going to dab it. I know I've already set, but let's see. Ooh. Wow. She pretty. Right, we're going to go into some blush. I've got this one from Rimmel London. This one's the Maxi blush. This one is in Exposed. Now, these aren't new products to me, but they're fairly new. It kind of looks dull, to be completely honest, in the pan, but on my skin, it actually looks pretty good. So I'm just going to put this there, and that's actually making the highlighter look less intense, which is great because it was a little bit too much. We're going to move on to bronzer, again from Rimmel, Good to Glow, one of my favorites. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? Ooh, I might be going back to Hong Kong this year in August or September, just kind of like trying to work out the logistics of timing. But yeah, I have to go back to Hong Kong. So there's this rule in Hong Kong where if you're a permanent resident, you need to go back to Hong Kong every 3 years, otherwise you get kind of like demoted. So I've basically got right of abode, which I'm honestly a little bit confused what that basically means, but yeah, it's something that you don't want to lose apparently. So I'm going to go back because my mum keeps harassing me about it, and you know, I kind of miss home anyway, so yeah, why not? Alright, so we're going to go back into the palette, and let's see, what should I do for the lower lash line? Should I keep it pretty much the same? Should I go different? Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go the same because knowing my luck, I'm probably going to mess it up by trying to be very extra and trying to be creative. Alright, so I'm going to pop on some lashes. I'm going to pop on these ones from Eylure. These are the Most Wanted Gimme Gimme lashes. My favourite from this range is actually I Heart this, but I think I kind of need, but that's really dramatic. This one is dramatic in itself, but just not as dramatic. I kind of want to still see the eyeshadow on top, so I'll be right back. I'll pop this on. Okay, so the lashes are now on. Now I've also got a new lip liner, again from Morphe. This one is called Foolish. I got two. One of them, I swore they looked darker online. This one is called Backseat Love, and it's a little bit light, so I can't really use it for the looks that I intended it for, but I'm glad this one is. It's quite a decent length, I have to admit, and these weren't that expensive. I think these were like $4 Australian, so that's really, really inexpensive for a lip liner. So let's see how this performs. Okay, so this lip liner is just a smidge lighter than what I wanted, but it's still fine. I think I might look at their website again and see if I can get like darker ones. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm looking for like really nice brownie tone ones so that I can put like a really light nude in the center. Yeah, so if you guys have suggestions for colors, please let me know, because again, ordering online is really hard because you can't really tell what color you're going to get really, because everyone's screens are different, and you know, cameras and lighting, don't have to get into that. Alright, so I've got two lipsticks here, both from MAC. These are from the Nicki Minaj collab. I'm feeling this one just because it's really pink, but this one's a safe option, but again, it's very similar to the lip color already, the lip liner I should say. So I'm going to go for the really light one and see how that goes. So I'm just going to let that dry for a little bit before I re-emphasize the outer corners. But I'm just going to set my skin again with this one from Rimmel London. Alright guys, there you guys go. That is the final look. Overall, very, very impressed with that James Charles Morphe palette. I am so impressed. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. I'm not like just putting it on for show. I'm actually really surprised at how pigmented and how well it performed. Again, I don't think that technique of like just eyeshadow base and then just slapping on the eyeshadows without setting it with a powder first works for me. I know for some people it just works and you guys can do it and you guys blend really well. Good on you. For me, I can't. I kind of need that little baby step to kind of just make it work for me. Might be using more product, but you know, at least at the end of the day, I'm getting there. But I'm glad I still managed to make it work. I think, yeah, I think it looks good. I do have to say, with the shimmer shades, once you've already set it with another eyeshadow or like powder, putting the shimmer shades on top doesn't seem to look very good unless you wet your brush, and honestly I'm fine with that. I'm happy to do that. I should probably try finger next time. That's one thing I forgot to do. But overall, this unintentional Instagram look is actually quite cute. I actually really like it. In terms of the lip liner, I'm actually pretty happy that that lip liner is a decent color. Like, it's not the darkest. I wish it were a little bit darker, but it's definitely workable. Formula is really good. It's nice and stiff still, but smooth. Like, it glides on smoothly onto the skin, if that makes sense. Really like that. Let's see, the Rituel de Fille Illuminator looks really, really good. Maybe I should do it before I set my skin with some powder, but yeah, it looks really, really nice. And because it is like this cream product, it has this nice wet look to the skin. I also like the fact that I put it on top of powder and it didn't like bunch up or make this weird texture with the powder. So I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that's it for me. If you guys would like to see more of me behind the scenes, definitely check out my Instagram page at MrKenDenis. If you guys like to support boys in makeup, guys in makeup, head over to Glam Boy. You guys will see my reposts on there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got lipstick on my teeth. I'm gonna go now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.